Good morning all, TGIF. Remember we've got NFP today. We're going to start the QDB scores. We should be seeing green up here and we should be seeing red down there. But, we saw a reversal in risk. And what happened yesterday is that they crossed the VIX. And so we saw a bit of a change on the technical scores. We were really, really low. And the VIX, it got dumped. So that's one of those things. The whales and the big fish and the sharks and the wolves, they don't really want the VIX to be pumping higher. They've got a lot of money invested long term. So if the VIX pumps higher, they're going to lose a bit of money. So they've actually manipulated the price from VIX, and by subduing the VIX and the fear and the volatility, it's meaning that we're going to might be risk on today, but we are still quite low. We're 25 out of 100. So keep an eye on that VIX. It's really, really important, and it might set the precedence for a risk on day. But I'll show you the indices now. DAX looks quite heavy. S&P might not be too bad, but the DAX looks fairly heavy because of the fact that they're going long. I'll show you the robot. Actually, yeah, I can show you how it. This is the video that I made for the Patreon. But this is the trades that we've got running, and we're up £20 over the week. So just keep an eye on the equity. It's gradually grinding higher, and so we're looking for Aussie strength against the Kiwi, yen strength against the Aussie, and likewise Aussie against Kiwi. And we need some Kiwi weakness versus CAD. All right, so this is how we're positioned. If these go all to their stop loss, we'll have a loss on the week, but I think they might be okay. Just have to wait and see. But so far we've made £20 on the week, so slow steady progress, which is fine. And so that's the robot, so I can close that now, and we'll look at these stop loss clusters in a separate video for Patreon. So I'll close that. I'll get my RDP, bring that across. So fairly happy with the robot, to be honest. It's going okay. So S&P, well, they sold it here, so we should be above 4509. So obviously big level, 4,500. That would have probably triggered a lot of positions there, maybe to the short side, but we came up and they're selling it, so we should be above this level here, 4509 on the S&P. Yeah, we'll do US 30. And it sold it, so we should be above that level here, 45156. I would draw the box, but I think the performance is going so poorly it might not let me. Let's try, because if you saw yesterday's video, I was struggling with the performance on the remote desktop, but that seems to be going okay, which is interesting. I couldn't even draw a box yesterday. So this, the fact they sold it, so we should be above that low there. However, Europe doesn't look so good in the form of the DAX, the German index, so the fact that they've gone long. If they continue to go long, we'll make a box here, and then that'll be a resistance, it'll be a make a supply. They went long. Yeah, we could probably argue here, so we can draw a box. And then just a quick one today, and we'll look at the stop loss clusters for cross yen, and then that'll be it, because I'm not going to be trading today. It's just NFP nonsense, basically. It's just a massive roller coaster where it's going to take stops, and it can take stops both sides of the trade as well. So it's just a pretty horrendous day to be trading sometimes on the NFP. But I see how that's like came into resistance, and especially if they're going to go long, this is going to be a strong resistance, because we'll create another box above, and then gold, and then that'll be it for the YouTube video. If any likes and subscribes would be great, it would really help. And we're really sideways and choppy on gold, so nothing to be said there. They have gone long, so therefore we fell. Whether or not they'll continue to go long, we don't really know. Remember, weekly ATR is around here, so we've exceeded on the technicals. So it's about 1931 is your weekly average true range. So that's like a strong technical level, saying that we've probably oversold a little bit there. And so that's it. So robot's going well. Let's hope that it continues. they'll probably cross VIX down later, which would be frustrating, but no, I guess they don't really want a risk-off scenario, which is fully understandable. And this is the bubbles, how they're positioned. So Kiwi has been very naughty, and the dollar, it could be a bit larger. We should be looking for longs on the USD and shorts on the New Zealand dollar, but that's currently being very naughty. It's paying the herd. They're long, they're added long, but they're getting paid. The bubble size indicates price performance, so a large bubble is doing well. So they're long and they're added long, but they're getting paid. So highly unusual, but then it does lead into the fact it might be Friday payday scenario. So this is why, another reason why I'm being very careful, NFP and the possibility of a payday scenario for the herd. And that's something we definitely want to be avoiding if we're using the sentiment, because we're using them as contrarian data. And if they're getting paid, then we need to be taking a step back, just watching from a distance. And that's it. So I'll speak to you guys for the SLC video, and then that'll be it for the day. And I'll be back on Sunday for the